Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Life on the Scrap Beach, and I'm back with the third of my Graphic 45 Featured Artist exclusive projects. This third project is actually a birthday card for my sister, and it is made primarily with the Graphic 45 curtain call collection. And the sentiment is wishing you a happy birthday, superstar. So let's get started. And I actually am using the 8x8 pad for this. I do like the 8x8 pads for cards because the designs are shrunk down a little bit better. And this is a 5x7 card, and I'm going to be using this image as my primary image. And what I've done is I've cut it out, but I thought it was a little too sort of buff on buff. So I'm going to cover the back of the image with my Scotch Quick Dry liquid adhesive, and then I'm going to place it on black cardstock and cut it out again with just a very fine, like a 1/16 of an inch line all the way around the image. And that'll give it more of a shadowed effect. So I'm just going to use the brayer to make sure she's completely adhered to the black cardstock, and then cut her out again with my scissors. And that way I'll have a very thin 1/16 inch line all the way around my image. And you can see now how she pops off that buff colored paper much better now than she did before. So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to prep it by distressing all of the edges with the Distress It All, and then inking all of the edges with black distress ink. And my card base is 5x7, and so this large background paper is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then these other two pieces are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 and 4 by 6. So the black polka dot is 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and the buff stripe is 4 by 6. And I'm sorry that my camera is, I don't know why it's doing that thing with the green, but I apologize for that. So I'm going to line this up so that the lines on the buff colored paper are straight with the edges of the card. And then I have printed my sentiment on manila cardstock, and the sentiment is wishing you a happy birthday, superstar, which I then cut out with my nestabilities, and then I'm adhering it to another nested shape, which is out of black cardstock. And so I'm going to put dimensional adhesive on the back of my lady image and on the back of my sentiment piece. And then I'm going to add a glue dot to the lady where she overlaps the sentiment. And I'm going to attach the two of them to each other. And that way I can work with them on the card as one piece. So I just want to remove the backing of my dimensional adhesive and place her on the card exactly where she and the sentiment both look best. That gives a nice layered effect. And that's how the card is looking. So I just want to add some crystals, and this is a swirl from Prima that's black pearls and clear or white crystals. And like in the layout video, since I'm going to be putting this on multiple layers of the card, you know, some of it's going on cardstock that's on dimensionals and some of it's not. What I do is I cut the clear plastic backing anywhere where it's going up or down a level so that it can lay more flat. And then just line all the pieces up with each other. And that's a really good way to get it looking exactly the way that you want it. And having that on various levels without it putting too much stress on your bling. And so now I'm going to add some cream flowers from Wild Orchid Crafts paper flowers. Just a variety of different roses, different sizes. These two small roses, you see I'm gluing them to each other. And I'm actually going to glue a third one to that, so I have sort of a rose pyramid. And this is something that I do when I'm making flower clusters, is I will actually attach flowers to each other and work with them in clumps like this. I feel like it makes the cluster look more like a natural arrangement like you would find in a garden, and less formal and stylized, to work with things in threes. And I don't really have a process for how I make these embellishment or flower clusters. Basic rules of thumb that I try to follow are to have odd numbers of flowers, and then I try to have the cluster taper off towards the end so that it doesn't end abruptly. So I kind of want it to curve from a large embellishment cluster and kind of taper off into just one flower on the end or something like that. So I'm just adding, you can see I just keep adding a variety of flowers. Now I'm adding cherry blossoms. I've added a couple different kinds of roses. And I just keep going until it doesn't look, you know, like it needs something else. And when it's done, it's done. And so now I'm just filling in gaps. You know, anywhere where I see too much green, you know, I want my card to look black and cream. So, you know, and there's just one area that's kind of bothering me right on the edge there. So I'm going to just add one more flower to make my curve a little more balanced all the way around. You'll see when I pick it up that that actually does look a lot better with that additional flower. So next I'm going to give her an earring. So I'm just taking one of the smallest pieces of bling from the swirl that I used on the base of the card. I'm just going to add an earring with liquid glue, so she has a little bit of sparkle there. And here's my Happy Birthday Superstar card, which I have made for my sister. Her birthday is coming up on the 28th of March. So there you see her with her earring, and there's the sentiment and the film strip embellishments and all that. So thanks so much for watching. There are 2 other projects I have made for the featured artist position, so check out the Graphic 45 blog or my YouTube channel for those. Bye!